So this is Jeremy with Bumps. I'm here with Velvet, and we are at the Rawley Manor Apartments, which used to be Rawley's General Hospital. And she has some experiences here, and we're going to ask her a little bit of questions. So what kind of activity have you experienced here?
When my daughter and I was in apartment 201, we'd have boxes that would move, and we'd put them back and they would move again. I had pictures in the cabinet that was in the one room where the boxes would move, and they were like strung all over the floor with the boxes moved. And then we'd be in the kitchen and we'd have that cold breeze go across our neck, and we just looked at each other and went, again. And then my dog, she'd just stand and look up in the hallway, and we're just like, come here. And she'd do that a lot, because dogs see things we can't see, you know. In that little room, if you went through that doorway, there was another door to go outside. If you shut that door, they would get mad. They didn't like that door to be shut.
Would they open the door?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And when I moved out and my daughter got married, they didn't stay there too much longer because, well, they ended up moving to Moses Lake, but that's when they really got mad and shoved the boxes down. The one that they her husband locked in there that it couldn't move, and they did move it. And he was just like, that's enough, I can't do this anymore, right. You know?
And we talked a little bit earlier, and that box was really heavy, right?
Yeah, it was heavy, so they made it move. There was no way it could have just fell.
And were the other boxes disturbed?
No, it
So
was just like that box. They didn't like it up there. And my pictures were inside the cabinet, and nobody had been in there. But they were mad because he closed the door. But I've come across the white, and I've come across the dark. Mm-hmm. I'd rather come across the white.
Right.
The dark's not fun.
Well, that's actually kind of related to the next question. Have you or anyone ever been hurt by these spirits or anything?
Not really hurt, but have come across a lot of stuff missing, and really shooken up. But here, things kind of, you'll put it somewhere and it'll miss, and it takes you forever to find it. And it's like, I know I put it there.
And then you mentioned that one tenant had his phone thrown.
And his phone would fly across the living room.
Okay.
And he asked me, he goes, I need to ask you something. I'm like, what? And he goes, weird things ever happen to you when you lived there? And I'm like, well, so why? And he goes, my phone keeps flying across the living room. He said, but I'm really not talking about it. And I started laughing. And I'm like, what? And he goes, my phone, he goes, it'll just be sitting there. And he goes, and it goes flying across the floor. So, but it did it the whole time he lived there. And his ex-girlfriend that's there, she's never said anything to me about it. So I don't know if it's still happening there or not.
And how many people have shared their experiences with you, other than the tenant and your daughter?
Maybe a couple. But other than that, nobody's ever really said anything. I think they probably think I think they were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But no, because I believe them.
So you don't feel threatened by the activity here, right?
Mm-mm. No.
And if it's able to be removed, would you want it removed, or just leave it
No,
alone?
because it's the character of the building. You know,
Yeah.
It was the people that were here before, and they don't bother nobody. They might scare somebody sometimes, but you know.
And how much do you know about the history of this place?
I just know a little bit because my dad was born here, and then his mom passed away in the other part. And then my mom had her procedure when it became a hospital. But I know there was, they had quite a few deaths and stuff that was here because, you know, they didn't know a whole lot then.
So Elsie, your daughter, said that she was touched in the basement. Have you ever been touched or anything other than the cold breeze in the kitchen?
No, just a cold breeze. But yeah, that I was standing right by her when that happened. And at first she kind of thought I pushed her, and because she was like right here and I was like right here, almost kind of behind her, so she thought I put my hand on her back, and I didn't even touch her. And I know when you, we noticed when we talk to them down there, they really got agitated.